From roads to runways, the rising temperatures are more than just uncomfortable. It's also impacting our infrastructure. Vanessa Murdoch covers climate for us and takes a look at what's being done to handle the heat.
The 3rd Avenue Bridge required hosing down to cool it off on July 8th. Mid-90s forced the steel to expand, a natural occurrence according to the New York City DOT, but still a nuisance for drivers.
It's a basic reality that things expand in the heat, and our infrastructure is designed for certain ranges. And so when we start to exceed those ranges, you see stress in our transit network, our power network.
Dan Zarilli at Columbia University says the good news, infrastructure providers are investing to adapt to our warming climate. He stresses the most important investment is in our power grid.
More New Yorkers die of heat than any other natural hazard.
We are definitely looking at a future of higher heat.
Con Ed released projections in its climate change vulnerability study. Currently, New York City sweats through an average of 4 days at 95 degrees or hotter. By 2030, that number is expected to increase to 17 days, and by 2050, 32. Patrick McHugh says the utility is preparing.
We know the type of equipment in the street that is more susceptible to heat. So we are proactively changing out that equipment.
Installing new tech underground and new switches to minimize failures. As traffic repeatedly pounds the pavement on sizzling days, roads can rut. A problem for both roads and runways that is scrutinized at Rutgers Center for Advanced Infrastructure and Transportation. The goal here, customize asphalt to deny those deep grooves that lead to a bumpy ride and costly repairs.
This is called an asphalt pavement analyzer.
Research professor Tom Bennert explains the analyzer operates at 148 degrees.
It's pretty indicative of some of these hotter weather conditions that we do get from time to time.
Bennert says samples made up of 95% stone and 5% asphalt binder get put to the test. He considers the binder the special sauce when it comes to adapting to a warmer world. It can be modified and already has been.
We're using materials that are stiffer now than they were prior, maybe 20, 30 years ago.
So our roads last longer and reject rutting during temperature extremes.
Now, McHugh from Con Ed says upgrading never ends. He expects Con Ed to become even more reliable as demand grows to keep cool because advancing technology, the grid, well, the grid will get better and better, which is super interesting.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for updating us.
Yes.
Good technology going on there, constantly evolving.
Yeah, necessary.
Yes. Thank you, Vanessa.